in the world is up, guys? It's your boy Speed Dota, and today we're gonna be watching some Save Dota. This is like, what rank is he in Europe? He's one of the best position 4 players, ranked 12 in Europe as a support player, keep in mind, right? A support player is ranked 12, playing Riki support. Okay, this guy's like 11.5k MMR. Obviously one of the most legit players in the region. So we're gonna take a look at how he gets to this high of a MMR, playing Riki support. And let's get into it. Also, I want to tell you guys that if you've been struggling with solo queue and you're looking to get to the next rank, I'm going to be able to help you. Like, literally, with the GameLeap website, I'm going to give you guys guides that are going to make it unbelievably clear on what you need to do. So if you've been stuck in the solo queue grind, you don't know what to do, and you want to become absolutely broken, but like, actually, you want to become much, much better at Dota, and you want to take it more seriously, the GameLeap website is going to help you do that. So click the link down below. I'm going to help you get to the next rank, and I'll see you there. Riki support has picked up quite the wave. If you don't know what the main, basically the main selling point of Riki is, well, there's two. The first one is Sleeping Dart. If you don't know what this ability does, it's Riki's Shard, so you can get it pretty early on. And really what's great about this ability is it's a 12-second cooldown that sleeps the enemy for 3 seconds. So essentially you can disable them and set up for stuns, or whatever you want to set up for 3 seconds. Then they take 100 damage, and when they wake up, they're slowed by 30% for 4 seconds, which is pretty decent, right? It's good damage, it's a good slow, it's set up, it's only a 12-second cooldown, it costs only 75 mana, it's just a good ability. This hero is also very good at scouting hills. Let's say you want to run up a hill and scout it out. You have your Blink Strike to disengage, and your Tricks of the Trade to disengage, so you're very, very good at scouting. Then, of course, you have Invis, also good at scouting, also good at killing people. And finally, you have your most important ability, Smokescreen, which silences and gives a 75% miss chance. As BKBs wear out, Smokescreen becomes like the best ability in the game. And I'm not even just saying that. It's an 11-second cooldown for 6 seconds. And by the way, you have 2 talents that buff it up at level 10 and 15, talents that supports usually can get to. That is a Smokescreen Radius talent at level 10, making it much bigger, it's very noticeable. And then a 4-second Smokescreen cooldown at level 15, bringing an 11-second cooldown ability to 7 seconds. This hero obviously has a lot of potential as a support, it's become quite popular. I lost to it recently in an official match, and let's get into it. Alright, so he's laning with a Death Prophet, which means he's going to have quite a lot of kill potential in this lane. However, he's against a Naga Siren and a Treant, 2 heroes that I wouldn't say Riki trades particularly well with. However, Riki at the end of the day is a 65 damage hero with a little bit of stats and a Fairy Fire, and 6 armor with 315 movement speed, as well as some of the best base regen in the game. So Riki support is just naturally pretty good at trading. And what's nice about this hero is, let's say you see a position 5 hero. All you do is Blink Strike on them, do 40 damage and slow them for a little bit, and then you instantly close the gap, and it costs very little mana. So essentially you can just get on top of these position 5 heroes and harass them like crazy. The next thing you want to do, because you're not that strong in the early levels, is block the small camp and then look to go back to trading with the position 5. This is practically all Riki's going to do. He's a melee hero, so you don't want to try to like pressure the carry in the creep wave, or that's just a bad idea. You're just going to get destroyed. Unfortunately, you don't trade that well with Leech Seed Treant Protector, but eventually he's going to pick up his Blightstone, which is nice in this lane, because Treant Protector in particular really struggles against the Blightstone, as he's only a 1 armor hero, and going into the negatives when it comes to armor is a big problem. Alright, so he's got his Blightstone and he's got his Uv. He's going to look to pressure the Naga here. It's really not a hero you're going to be very good at pressuring. You know, he primarily has to pressure the Treant as he skills Smokescreen, which actually ends up making the Treant miss enough to save the Death Prophet. That was pretty cool. I don't think usually people take, from my experience, people take Tricks because it's kind of your trading ability. It's also a kiting ability. He drops the smoke. Can he get out? Wow. Oh, he's going to live too. Whew. You can see why this guy's ranked 12. Just beautiful decision making. The Smokescreen twice in a row coming in handy, enabling him to survive. And of course, it's also a silence, which can be good in those scenarios as well. All right, from there, he's going to walk back to base. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit surprised to see a Corrosion Rush. Not that I think this item's bad on support Riki by any means. I would have just maybe expected to see an earlier Magic Stick, because the hero definitely has mana problems. Like, your mana pool is only 279. It's quite pathetic. So maybe we'll expect them to see a Purchase of Clarity here, but we'll have to see. So after you go back to base in a situation like this, you're going to do one of two things. I think the best play is honestly to, well, if your guy can't lane, is that going to keep him alive again? Wow. And he's going to get good return damage on the Treant. But often refilling mid as Riki is really good because your hero is very good at contesting runes. So like you can refill the mid laner's bottle and then contest a rune, assuming you're TPing in mid when a rune's coming up. That's very important to know. Other than that, you shouldn't force your offlaner into too many fights. Like, just keep in mind your hero, while it has good base stats, is not some absolute beast when it comes to fighting. You could see in the majority of these engagements, he's definitely not winning them. In this case, he actually buys a good amount of time for the Death Prophet to sort of trade with the Naga. But at the end of the day, it's not some super favorable trade, and that's just kind of how Riki goes. He even goes back to base again to refill his resources, as I imagine he might pick up a magic stick. Or he's going to prioritize the boots, TPing in really early here to try to finish off the Treant kill. Is he going to get it? Can he get the Naga? This is a pretty hard kill. I don't think they get this kill. So, yeah. Very weird early game. Riki has a very weird early game. The main thing you want to punish is overextending position 5 heroes, and just keep that in mind. But let's move on. The next thing your hero is really good at is just sapping XP and messing with people in the jungle. Because of the fact that you have 2 disengage abilities, technically 3 if you count Smokescreen as a disengage ability, which it definitely is. If you have all these things, you can kind of just mess with the carry. As we'll see here, he gets maybe a little bit too close to the Naga. I think Naga makes the good decision to pressure him out of the lane here, putting him into kill range of the Tinker, who currently has a Blink Dagger. Is he's gonna, oh, he got hit by that. He might be dead. Oh, he kind of messed up there. But now really things get great. But yeah, in general, you can kind of just run at the carry, sap their XP, block their camps, just mess with people. Another great thing to do as Riki as well is when you hit level 6, you can take your invis, go into the enemy's jungle if they have a hard jungler, and block their camps with sentry wards. It's very easy to do with, Riki, considering you're invisible. So it's very strong. On top of that, now he hits level 6, and your hero actually does quite a significant amount of damage when it hits level 6. But the best thing it does is scout. Right, as we can obviously hear, he's going to scout for the kill on the Lycan, blocking him into the tree line, actually, with the help of his body, and then going to follow up with the smoke screen. A little bit of a difficult kill here. Maybe they'll pick it up anyway. I think they are going to get him. Oh, no, I don't think the Venom ulti hit. And he denies to the creeps. Good play from the Lycan, actually. But really well set up, and you can see, it's all about just understanding your kill lane. I think the main reason why he goes to the Pango there is the Pango finished up a very early defusal. I mean, this Pango is farmed as frick, right? This Pango is massive in terms of net worth. And so I think he identifies that and say, okay, this is my kill hero. It's a hero that's good in the early game, and he's having a really good game, so this is who I should enable. Another good target that he can enable is the Exo Death Prophet, right? Because sometimes all you need is that +1 hero, right? That hero to follow you up, follow you around, and play like that, right? That's what you could do. But, oh, he's actually going to look to mess with the Tinker here. He could cancel his rearm. Is he checking the mana? Okay, Tinker's not low on mana. He could cancel the rearm if needed. The refresh. He can hit and then rearm. So he's kind of saying, hey, come over here. This guy's going to get low killing this camp. But I don't think he's actually going to die. Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to die. They won't be able to pick up the kill. They will probably find the tree in here. He goes for the smoke screen to prevent the overgrowth. Doesn't catch it. This is pretty funny. They have the hill ward. He didn't know. But yeah, just so good at scouting. I mean, look at the... Okay, wow, he gets dusted by the Tinker. No, oh, he has nothing to blink to. Has to hide in the tree line. Good jukes. Dust is going to end, and he's fine. Wow, nice. Good stuff. Gets the Tinker to waste a little bit of gold. Can snipe the courier. If you hit the couriers in the back, by the way, you one-shot them. Something good as well. You're just like a better bounty hunter, right? Because you go out of invis, and you're back in 4 seconds later. Boom. You one-shot the couriers. Just now, he can lick the scout. Oh, they're going to find the Tinker here. And this is where your hero does a lot of damage. Anytime they get chain stun, and you can hit them in the back consistently, the Riki support's actually very strong. Like, that's where it really actually does begin to do a lot of damage. And you can see here as well, just so good at kiting in and out. Silences the Snapfire ult, he can blink strike away, and then we'll look to pick up his shard. I think he buys mana boots before shard, if I'm not mistaken. Typically, people won't. They'll just rush a shard as soon as possible. But either way, let's see what he does. As he gets rooted up here, almost goes down, kind of baits them in. Do they have a dust for the Riki? No. So they're going to have to try to kill the Veno, but that's a little bit awkward. Veno gets a really good ulti off. Unfortunately, he's low on HP, so he's going to have to sort of kite out, be a little bit chill. As the TP comes out, this would be a good time to try to get the kill, and he does. So next, he's going to use his invisibility to get down a really, really nice deep ward. And what's great about Riki's support as well is, unlike Bounty Hunter, unless they changed it about Bounty Hunter, I can't exactly remember now, but old Bounty Hunter used to not be able to put down wards on cliffs. without coming out of invis. And I'm pretty sure current bounty hunter can't either. Riki can. And that's really a great selling point because it allows you to get down this deep, very obnoxious vision without being scouted out at any time. You can place down sentries and, of course, more importantly, obs in very aggressive locations. On top of that, anytime your team is going to push a tower, it's great to scout behind the tower, right? Try to give your team information on who's coming, who's approaching, and who they can set up on if someone overextends. For instance, here, he sees the Treant running to the right, and that could set up for a pretty easy kill. Unfortunately, the Veno kind of gives it away with the Plague Ward, but could have set up for a potentially very easy kill as now they find the snap. Wow, this Veno is really just trying to give away the wards and information. I don't know, these Plague Wards are very suspect, I will not lie. This Pango's going to roll on mid. Good overgrowth, but it's not going to matter. And wow, Treant Protector buys back into the game. However, what we're going to see now as the Shard is coming up, he's starting to come up to the Shard, is really when Riki becomes a different hero. Because a 12-second cooldown is just so damn low. All right, so now we have the very, very strong Shard timing, which is honestly, if this hero didn't have this as his Shard and he had like a carry Shard, I think it'd be very hard to justify the hero as a support. Smokescreen's a good ability, and yes, the fact that you can get down really good vision and be a great information hero is wonderful, but I don't think it's enough of a selling point without this incredible Shard being so disruptive. So either way, let's see it come into play. All right, so in situations kind of like this one, you can go ahead of your kill hero and basically set up the kill. For instance, Ursa's right. Oh, you can trick to the trade couriers. Wow, he almost sniped that courier. That's pretty cool. 2 hits from the tricks will actually snipe the courier. But look, he finds the Naga here, and honestly, I'm surprised he didn't dart her. Just to kind of grief. Maybe he doesn't want to give away the fact that he has a ward, but just completely scouting out the Naga, giving information. Doesn't have to dart here. It can dart the real Naga as he hits up a smokescreen, giving a ton of mischance. By the way, you're of course going to max out the smokescreen. But what's really cool about Riki is you're just a hard counter to illusion heroes. It doesn't really seem like it because it's like you have no illusion clear, right? But the 75% mischance that you can't BKB with an illusion hero, right? Naga Siren, one of the most popular heroes in the current meta, really does not like Riki support. Yes, Naga's net and Naga's Song of the Siren is good against Riki, but you have to see him to cast those. He doesn't have to see Naga, or like, he just has to see the illusions to cast the smoke. Just completely saves the Ursa there, no problem. It's an incredible counter pick, as then he can go for the sleep dart as well, set up on the Naga, kind of try to help out with damage. Obviously, that's not the main point of the hero. It's more about, at this point of the game, it's more about kiting in and out and focusing on the sleep dart as well as the smoke screen. As even TP's top to maybe sleep dart the Tinker isn't going to find it here, so drag the wave. Huh. You can't really kill waves very much as Riki. This is the major downside of this hero. I'm even surprised he's trying. You can do it, like, if the waves meet up and you can backstab, then no problem. You actually can kill the creeps very quickly. But in terms of cutting waves, definitely not. It doesn't work at all, as he can look for the Naga here on the high ground. Gets silenced, but look, he drops the net. No chance he dies. 75% chance is just way too high. Like, these illusion heroes despise you because you get the smokescreen radius too. And like, this game doesn't go too long in particular, but Naga in the mid to late game can't play. There's just this 75% mischance smokescreen on the ground. What, 90% of the time? It's a 6-second duration on a 7-second cooldown. It's always there. There's always a smoke screen. No matter who she goes on, right? There's always a smoke screen, as he can sleep up the Lycan here. And obviously this game is coming to a pretty abrupt end, but in general, you're going to set up kills. And a couple of combos I'd like to mention that I think are particularly good with Riki, and heroes I would recommend suggesting picking Riki with are, especially if these are your position 5 heroes or position 4 heroes, because you can play Riki as a 5 as well, right? It doesn't require a lot of items. You can buy the sentries, you can buy the ops, you can place them all, and you don't really need items, right? It's the only thing that you might be a little bit weak as a position 5 is laning, but like you can secure the range creep with your W if you really need to, and then pull the small camp off cooldown. That could be your gameplay, and it's totally fine, right? I absolutely think you could do it. But heroes that I really suggest picking Riki with, some really cool ones are Jakiro, because he can follow up with macro into Ice Path. It's very nice setup for a hero like Jakiro that does a ton of damage but has a hard time setting up the fight. Riki's the best setup hero in the current meta as a support. And I'm not just saying that. I genuinely believe he's like the best. That was a weird death. But even with the Aether Lens, you can see with the Aether Lens, you can go even further. Right, you can really cast a sleep dart in the smoke screen from brutally far away. And a lot of the time, people will upgrade it into Octarine, bringing your smoke screen down to like a 5.7 second cooldown. It's nuts, right? It's nuts. And then you also get more sleeping darts, bring sleeping dart down to a 9-second cooldown. I mean, it's insane. Octarine feels great if you do get it. A lot of people just buy like Force Staff and Glimmer and like these utility items. You have an Aether Lens, so you can cast these items really well, and you can cast them from Invis, so you won't just instantly die. That's nice as well. You're actually a really good hero when it comes to buying utility items. And then another hero that Riki is really good at synergizing with is Mirana. Sleep Dart and Arrow is a great combo. These heroes together as a support duo can kill like basically anyone. The Dart does damage, Riki can follow up in the back with easy backstabs. If the hero gets arrowed and they're stunned, you can keep hitting them in the back, and it's very often enough damage with the help of Starstorm as well. So I really love that combo. It's like the infinite vision combo. If you have Riki Mirana supports, yeah, you lack a bit of stun, but you have Sleeping Dart to set up into Arrow, so you do have an initiating stun. It's best when you have those types of heroes that you have, or this type of support duo that you have a Tusk mid or a Pango mid or an Ember mid, maybe Void Spirit Storm as well, like one of these initiating mids, just so you have someone to kind of fulfill that gap. But you have like Riki invisible, then you have Mirana invis, and you might be like, oh, it's too countered by Dust and Sentries. It's like, yeah, but they're going to have to spend all their gold and all their time freaking out about whether or not you're invisible next to them and setting up on them and providing vision. They're going to waste all of their economy buying Sentries and Dust. Like, literally, you destroy net worth just by existing. It's pretty cool. As he picks up a Windlace, Sleep Dart onto the Tinker, just messing with it a little bit. Your hero's really good at forcing rotations, too. Like, one thing that I know most players won't do, but should consider, is just, like, griefing people's brains, right? You can literally just go on people with the intent of baiting TPs and making their team freak out. Because when you Sleep Dart someone and you smoke screen them, they're going to assume that your team is trying to kill them. So your team could all be top. Your team could be Roshing and somebody could be split pushing bottom. You just Sleep Dart them into a smoke and make their whole team turn around and run to them. You know what I mean? It really does work. It's quite effective and definitely something to keep in mind. But alright, that's going to be about all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.